1994, DCI goes to Boston, to the burbs actually, Foxborough, the home of the New England Patriots. It proved to be another great venue for drum corps. In Washington, scandal continued to mount surrounding the Clinton administration. This time it was the Whitewater real estate deal. No, not our Whitewater that we become so fond of here in DCI. The year would start with another California earthquake. This time it was the infamous Northridge quake. There was the attack on Nancy Kerrigan's knees. Implicated in that one, fellow Olympic figure skater Tanya Harding. And what that would ultimately do is create record TV ratings for the ladies figure skating events from the Olympics in Norway. In June, Nicole Simpson and her friend Ron Goldman found murdered in California. Just a few days later, O.J. Simpson would be charged with the murder of his wife. He was ultimately apprehended after that slow speed chase in the white Ford Bronco up and down the California highways. The Nobel Prize for Peace that year would be awarded to Palestinian Yasser Arafat and Israelis Shimon Peres and Yitzhak Rabin. The awards at the box office, well, the big money went to The Lion King. It was the highest grossing movie, the Disney animated flick. But the best picture went to Forrest Gump. And life truly was like a box of chocolates for the Blue Devils that year. They got all the good ones.
They got everything. It was a Whitman sampler, a truckload of Godiva. The story could only be the Blue Devils. They're undefeated all season. They dominate the season, just like they did in '82. It's a phenomenal show. It's called My Spanish Heart. It uses Latin rhythms and beautiful melodies. Repeating heart motifs keep coming and going, and of course dancing like we haven't seen on the field. Scott Chandler's Guard. I remember Jay Murphy's drill coming to that beautiful heart at the end, and then the two dancers coming down right in front. Very passionate. Great show.
Final show was great, but it was not easy getting there. We got doused again going in.
Well, this time, instead of finals being rained like it was the year before, it's quarterfinals that get doused. Typical of the identity of these corps, you know, we talk about the character and identity of the corps and how the corps think. It's pouring rain, and Phantom Regiment, in their usual way, powers themselves on. Remember, they were in all white?
Yeah, they weren't all white for long, though.
They were about knee-deep in mud. Santa Clara, of course, the thinking man's corps, says, you know what, let's stay on the buses. They cancel quarterfinals, and they seed the last 6 corps into the next night's show. So the show goes on, and we have great finals for the Blue Devils.
And the cadets that year pull West Side Story out of their hat again.
Well, you know, they play it every decade for 40 years, so it seems to be part of their identity. And I understand that that's part of the way they think. Santa Clara doing the Cossacks that disappear, remember that? With the big poppies, big scenery devices, and the flag starts spinning, and suddenly a whole line of Cossacks just gone. Claire de Lune from Phantom Regiment, or as the kids called it, Claire de Long, because it took so long to peak. Beautiful piece, really moved the audience.
We had a new face in the top 12, you remember? Orlando Magic, first year in.
Ooh, do I feel old. All these new faces make me feel old, and there are no participants this year in the DCI finals that are as old as the organization. Our finals happen before they're born.
Do the math, folks. It's 1994. We started in 1972. Thank you. I needed that.
All right. Well, welcome back to Marching Arts Network. My favorites of the 1990s. This is 1994. And you can see all the cool stuff that happened in 1994 with Steve Rondinero and Michael Cesario kind of recapping what happened. This was the first year that I was not in drum corps. This was after my age out year. And I was trying to figure out life, of course, after drum corps, because I'd spent 5 years of my life doing that and kind of putting off college. I went to junior college off and on from 90 through 93. So this year I kind of really had to bear down and go, okay, what am I going to do with my life? What am I going to figure out? But I actually got to see this show at the Moonlight Classic in Stockton, California, which back then was a huge show. It was one of the biggest shows in the West Coast. Now it's in Stanford, which is a fantastic stadium. I love that stadium in Stanford, and I probably will be going this year because it's just much cooler temperature-wise to go, and it's a nice stadium. So highly recommend going if you have never been there. But anyway, excuse me. So what show I picked for 1994? It's kind of obvious. It's kind of clear cut. It's Blue Devils, My Spanish Heart. This was the year that they had a championship again since all the way back to 1986. And this started kind of their trend of continually being a contender. So 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. All those years, great, fantastic shows, right? They didn't win all those years, but they had fantastic shows. And 93 was great too. I like that show. Don Ellis Portrait, fantastic show. But this kind of, for me, was really where they kind of changed gears a little bit. And all of a sudden, you know, we have all these different types of shows going on from the Blue Devils. So this was my favorite from that year. It's just a fantastic show. Just great color guard, great drum line, great brass, great just mood. The mood that you feel when you're watching the show is one of comfort, and they have this heartbreak of the story. So it's just a fantastic show, and it's Spanish music. Come on, how can you go wrong with that? So let's get right into it. Here we go. I really dig. You can tell it's like really humid because it's like really kind of in that shot. Still kind of a non-traditional Blue Devils uniform. They have like the jacket, but they have the silver going through it. So that's the first year of that. I don't remember if they did it in 93. I'd have to look it up. Look at the color guard uniforms. Just fantastic. They have those white jackets on with the not cummerbund, but the underneath part, which is just this burgundy red. Fantastic guard. Or is that a royal red? I can't really tell though. Just amazing guard. Up. Great horn line. I missed the blue. I missed the blue jackets. I really hated that. Those people yelling. Like, come on. They were undefeated this season. Such a great show. Just driving music. Really cool music. Great design of the uniform, like for the color guard, like the Spanish theme, you can really tell what it is. There's no guessing. And their pit, amazing as always. That sash, man, really pops. It's really not a sash, but you know. Great musicianship. Drumline, dude. It's really 93 when Scott Johnson got there, I believe it was 93. Correct me if I'm wrong. Just really changed their drumline and just made them just crazy good. I mean, you can hear it here. Just isolated. Get up. Freaking rolls clean as hell. It's just clean as hell. Quads, bass drums, so good. You guys are good. Very traditional, like with horns down and stuff. Backsticking. Oh, they had like what I can't think of the term, like plexiglass or something on there to get that cool sound. Not the hardest drill, not the easiest drill, just the right amount of drill, just the right amount of what am I looking for? Difficulty, that's what I was looking for. I like the reshape, where they reshape into that heart. Very cool. Just so expressive. Great color guard. Scott Chandler. That balance, man, that you get off of the back stands, so cool. That's one thing I do miss about open stadiums like this, is you get the acoustics are so much different. That and the G bugle. I mean, I get, not that B flat's bad, but listen to the sound difference. Just that sound is just elevating. Great solo, man. Great playing, great tone. Spanish Fantasy, I believe, right? And they did this in '84 as their closer as well. It's a great piece. Really slow 1/4 marching. 3, 4, 1. My favorite part coming up here. Nice. That dynamics, man. Just some of the little dynamic tricks they do are so cool. Intonation and blend here with this little ensemble. I really like the ending of this show. Sometimes they put tags on at the end of like the finales, and I'm really not a fan of their finales a lot of the time, but this one, so good. So cool. I love drum corps. I know there's more in life than just drum corps, but drum corps is an undeniable thing. Oh, did I not have it full screen? Okay. It's just an undeniable thing. Just what you can do creatively with a group of people on a football field or whatever venue you're doing. It doesn't matter. But just having that level of excellence is just so different. It's just so, I don't even know the words, but it's just an experience. Like I said, I tell everybody on every video so far, if you're undecided if you want to march, you only have a certain amount of time to do it. You can do all H, and I recommend if you want to continue marching, or if you want to march at all H may be a great option for you, because they're still competitive, they're still doing really innovative and cool things. But junior corps is just a little bit different. So I highly recommend march. No matter where you march, just march, because it's really something that you can only do for a certain amount of time. So, all right. Well, tell me what you guys thought in the comments below. I mean, to me, this show, there was no doubt when I first saw the show. To me, it was a no-brainer. In '94, I knew who was going to win. I just knew it. Right from the very first time I saw them at the Moonlight Classic in '94 in Stockton. It was in July. Early July. Was it early July? Yeah, early July. I knew they were going to win. They just had that air about them, that aura about them. I knew they were going to win. There was no doubt in my mind. And they carried through all the way through the season. They were brilliant. A lot of great things happening in that show. And that's why it's my favorite for 1994. I don't think there's any other show that came close to me of being like memorable in terms of like something that I can sing in my head over and over again. And this is one of those shows that keeps, once again appearing in my ears, so to speak. I think about different aspects of the show. So thank you guys so much for watching. Look forward to 1995 coming up very, very soon. Be sure that you subscribe. Be sure that you become a part of the community. We have memberships available. We have a merchandise store. It would really help support this channel. And then also, please make sure you're watching our podcasts, which are going to be up here in the corner, up here somewhere. But thank you so much. We'll see you on the next one. Until then, be safe and always march on.